I was a skinny guy. Reason for me to be into fitness and picking up weights, go to heavy weights and stuff like that, it was because I wanted to look good, to feel good about myself, and therefore I also wanted to be respected. I would get those compliments. They were motivation to me. And therefore that is when I started to say, why can't I take this thing serious? Why can't I make a career out of this? It's like body. All of us, we want to be somebody in life. But now, even people, when they look at you, it's like you don't exist. It's like awubonagali in front of people. It's abnormal now. It's like a drug to me. If Angi Yejimin, I don't feel okay. I need to go there. And once I'm there, once I'm done, I feel good. Let me take this thing serious. Then if I can do this to people that I know, why can't I do this to other people that are also in need? You need to look good.
Yeah.
You need to look like a personal trainer.
That's important.
It's very important because your body needs to be your business card. You need to have clients. Without clients, you can be a personal trainer, but without clients, what is a personal trainer?
You don't really see results. And this person has been coming here for the last 3 years. You see this person almost every day. What are the mistakes that are people doing, Lebz, you see, that are working out alone?
We work with beautiful people here. As a man,
a lot.
You work with beautiful people, very beautiful, very attractive. And therefore, you need to know why you're here. Temptation is very high, but you need to stay disciplined.
Welcome to another episode of 360 Careers. And guys, as you can see, the setup today, it's different. Because when most people think about fitness and they think about training or gym, they don't really think about it as a career. So today, we're going to be talking all about fitness as a career. And our guest today is Lebz, Patric, Letoao. Lebz, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you.
Lebz, when I was thinking about bringing someone who's a fitness expert and someone who's in fitness as a career, you were the first person that came to mind.
I wonder why.
Every day, we come here every day at 5 o'clock, and you are one of the people that are here every day.
Yeah.
And I know you work with a lot of clients and you've been doing this for a long time. Tell us a bit about yourself, Lebz, how did you start this journey as a fitness trainer? What inspired you just from the beginning?
Well, before I used to be an amateur soccer player. I was into fitness, but it was sport of soccer. So, skulele makaya, we were playing soccer. We didn't make it up to the top because at the end of the day, they also have to come with your background, ukuthi ukhula kanjani and all that. And therefore, I had to work. So that is where I stopped the soccer thing and focus on working. And therefore, when I get to Joburg, I started to go to gym. The first gym that I was working, I was just a member, just like anyone. I was into fitness. It was there was a gym called what was it? I think it was a gym company.
Oh, okay.
And therefore I started there. I was training on my own.
How old were you then?
I think I was around maybe 20, between 22 and 24. I was somewhere there. And therefore that is where I started training. And therefore at first it was just for me to be into fitness. It was it didn't make any sense because it was for me to go to gym, come back because I love picking up weights and stuff like that. And therefore as time goes, you have to do there are people that you see at the gym, they're gonna motivate you and say, wow, if I can be like that guy.
Yeah.
Because he's looking pretty good. For me, I was a skinny guy at first. I'm not saying I'm big right now. I was.
No, but you can't tell that you're skinny.
I was a skinny guy. Reason for me to be into fitness and picking up weights, go to heavy weights and stuff like that, it was because I wanted to look good, to feel good about myself, and therefore I also wanted to be respected. Because I felt at that time I was so skinny, people were taking me for granted. Like, I can't face another guy face to face because, like, who am I? I'm just like a mosquito to somebody who's huge.
Hey.
So that is why I started like to take fitness very serious. And therefore, like, as I go, that is when I started to see, oh, there's a change that is happening in me. When I go to scale, I see different. And therefore, like, for me, that was a big motivation because from being lightweight to go more to heavy. And therefore, like, that made a huge change in me. And I started to believe in myself that, okay, I can be something that I want to be. And what was important for me, well, I was lucky because I didn't drink. I've never drank in my life. I don't drink. I don't smoke. So like that made it easy for me because like whatever that I'm doing at the gym, it was for my gains. Like I wasn't losing that gain maybe on Friday or Saturday, go to the clubs and stuff like that. So everything, it was all for me. That is how my journey started. And therefore, as I go, I started joining Virgin Active. I did change some gyms, but more it was like Virgin Active, go into this one, go to the next one, because it was depending on my job that I was doing.
Okay.
Because it wasn't a personal training job, it was different. And therefore, from there, I started to train with people. As I train with people, I started to train people because, like, every time when we go to gym, people they were waiting for me. My partners, they were waiting for me. They were not training before I get there.
Also, Amajita nje, like at the gym.
Yeah,
Just
like,
your crew.
exactly. So, Bekfana Noguti, Mangi Nabo, they're gonna say, okay, show us what to do. What are we doing today? And therefore, like, I was like sort of like a leader to them. Like, I will start the exercise and they will follow. Like, that is how it all started. And therefore, as time goes on, I said to myself, no, man, what you're doing is pretty good. People are loving what you're doing, like your guys. Sometimes, like, I will find somebody who's gonna come all the way from side and uzothi kumina, you know what? I love what you're doing. Can you show me how this exercise is done? And therefore, like, I'll show the person, and therefore, I will get those compliments. They were motivation to me. And therefore, like, that is when I started to say, why can't I take this thing serious? Why can't I make a career out of this? And therefore, it's okay, what do I need to do? And therefore, I went to the other personal trainers at the gym and said, what does it take for you to become a personal?
So before we go there, Lebz, you touched on two important things. Number one was that you said when you started training, it was because of your own confidence, because you started as a skinny guy, and I could tell that you lacked a bit of confidence. You were looking at other guys that were bigger than you, so that really affected you. Like, and then you saw that transformation, that once you got bigger and then you started feeling more confident about yourself. How important was that?
It was important because, like, if you think about it, while you're still in college, you can see, like, you'll always get those people that are gonna like throw you off. Like, it's like nobody. All of us, we want to be somebody in life, but like now, even like people when they look at you, like, it's like you don't exist. It's like awubonagali in front of people. But the minute you walk inside the house or a room or a hall or wherever that you walk, like, people, they will notice you because of your physique, of your fitness, like the way you look. You're looking like you're becoming an attraction to people. People, they look at you different. Yeah, so like that is what happened to me. At first, like, I was just nobody, but now, even myself, I believe in myself now that I'm something else. Even like wherever I go to, people that I talk to, they take me serious. At that time, I don't think people were really taking me serious at that stage. So that is what changed. That is why I said, let me do this. I think it's gonna help me. Because like I said, like, I used to look up to other people and therefore like say, yeah, if I can be like this guy, I will definitely be something in life. And therefore, like, today, I'm very confident about myself.
Yeah, Lebz, that's very important, because what I realized about myself was, like, I was never really like that skinny,
Okay.
but during COVID, hey, I
Yeah.
gained some weight, man. During COVID, I gained weight.
Yeah.
I was like, "Aye, man,
And look at you today.
I'm sure for about 3 years or so. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
and I think when I reached that stage, like I was looking at myself and I was like, "Ah, man, I wasn't happy. I didn't, I wasn't confident." Or what you were saying, like when I'm just walking at the mall or I'm at work, or like there was that thing, like I don't feel that confident,
Yeah.
And once I started going back to the gym again and I started, my physique started changing again. I started losing that weight, six pack and I started showing up
Yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah.
Now you like, I started feeling different, man, about a lot of things, not just,
Yeah.
but everywhere is just like, it's different. You feel different. You just
Exactly.
become a completely different person.
And bear in mind, like that six pack, it doesn't start exactly with six pack. What it does is it's a big stomach. And therefore, from there, you start to lose fat. And therefore, when you lose fat, that is where you start to have a flat stomach.
Yeah.
And therefore, from flat, that is where you start to get ripped, and therefore, you start to see the blocks. So it's a journey. It goes with discipline, and you're looking pretty good. Thank you, man. You did great
Thanks,
job.
Lebz.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all the motivation every day at 5 when I see this man.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, no.
But yeah, and then the other thing that you touched on, Lips, it was that when you started this thing, you just started as training with the guys at the gym, and then you started becoming good at this thing. So it feels like this is not something that you were thinking about.
No, of
It's
course.
something that came naturally to you,
Very true.
and then you started thinking about it as a career.
Yeah.
So how important was that? Like, or when did you actually notice that, hey man, actually this is something that I can do as a career, and I'm pretty good at this, and I love this thing.
Yeah. So the thing is, I was very disciplined all the time when it comes to gym. I was always at the gym, like I was training Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Sometimes I used to train in the morning and afternoons. Sometimes on Saturdays, I used to go to gym and just do cardio. Like if I don't go to gym, there used to be that thing that today it's Tuesday or it's Friday. I'm supposed to be at the gym in the afternoon. And I told myself, yo, I'm tired, yo. Ngiyangikhona namhlanje. But like you'll see the time, because like normally at 5 o'clock I'm at the gym in the afternoon. And therefore like time it's 3 o'clock. I told myself I'm not going today. Here it's 4 o'clock. I'm starting to think twice now. Should I go or ngihlale? So when it's like 4:45, I'll say, you know what? Screw all this. I'm taking my bag. I'm going there.
Yeah.
But I told myself that today it's my day off. But like I end up going there. And therefore, like that is when I saw that like this thing it's no more, it's abnormal now. It's like it's like a drug to me. If Angi Yejimin, I don't feel okay. I need to go there. And once I'm there, once I'm done, I feel good, which okay, I've done something today, which is pretty good. It's a very small thing. It's not as if when you go to gym today, you're gonna get gains in just a day. It takes time. And therefore, but like that 0.0001% that you're getting, it's something that you build in your body. And therefore, that is when I started to say, okay, ngizoyenza lento with the motivation of people engihlala ngijima nabo and others that they always come to me and say, you know what, I love this exercise oyenza. What does it do? And therefore, I show a person ukuthi yenzani, and therefore they will say, yeah, I think I love it. I'm gonna try it again next time. And therefore, I said, if I can do so much to people, why can't I make something out of it so that like it's a passion, and therefore why can't I make it to come with a reward at the end? Because like what's the point of helping people every day and they're gonna say thank you, but like you're not getting rewarded? Sometimes like when it comes to gym, you need food for gym, you need proteins, you need supplements, like all those things are important, but you can't afford. So if I can become a personal trainer, I'm going to train people, and therefore I'm going to get rewarded, and therefore I'll be able to afford those things for myself. That is when it all started. I said, okay, let me just do this because I have so much love for it. Let me just do it so I can also get rewarded for something that I'm doing. That is going to keep on motivating me to keep on doing it. Because now it's a career now. It's something that I have to be there. It's not as if it's a choice. Before it used to be a choice. Do I want to go? I don't want to go. Let me just stay at home. But now I know there are people that are waiting for me to help. So I'm forced to go there. So that is how it all started.
We'll come to that part, Lebz, where you are now working with clients, right? But what I want to get is that you mentioned a few key things there, that you were in college, and then even when you were starting to work out, going to the gym, you had other jobs. How was your life before you started a career as a personal trainer?
To be honest, it was slightly tough because like at first you studying, you working for the company. It's a 9 to 5 work. You go back home, and therefore like you don't really have so much time for yourself to focus on yourself, because like what we do in jobs that we do are different. My job, it was requiring more physique and therefore and also brain, but like it was more on strength. So with gym, it was also helping me because like whatever that I was doing, because like I was doing the weightlifting, so it was becoming more weight, it was becoming helpful mangifika to my actual job that I was doing. With okay, lamandla engiwazama ukuwathola laphana, I'm able to use them mangifika emsebenzini. So it was very useful for me. That is how I was doing it.
So then you mentioned that after you started falling in love with this thing, and after you started noticing that actually you are good at this thing, you are actually leading the team or the crew, Manayo,
Yeah.
and other people, they are starting to ask you for advice, but show me this,
Yeah.
show me that. And then you mentioned that you started talking to other people about getting into fitness. So tell us about that. How did you start making this a career?
Yeah, because honestly, like there's people that I was training with, every day they used to come to me and say, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I see changes. Hey, sensing Chima now, we're like, yeah, hey, ungsizile. I see the transformation. And therefore, like, I can see, okay, I'm a bicep, my quads are showing off. Ne calf bengenayo, but like it's there now. I see myself losing weight, fat. And therefore, like, yeah, you're really helping us. And therefore, that is when I said, okay, let me take this thing serious then. If I can do this to people that I know, why can't I do this to other people that are also in need? That is when I started ukukhuluma nama personal trainers and ask them, yini okumele ngiyenze in order to do this. They said like I need to study for it. I need to get a certificate.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you can't be a personal trainer qualified without AMA qualifications. So you need to get qualifications in order to become a personal trainer. And therefore you need to go through training in order to become a personal trainer, like to know AMA exercises, like what does it do to your body? Yeah, is it working for you? You need to know, isn't the exercises, like you need to know many things when it comes to a body. Ukuthi, what you need to do, what you need to take, like supplements, food, all those things. Like if your body is like this, what are the requirements? Like which exercises you need to do in order to achieve your goal? So those were the things that I got from finding out. I also like went to Google as well and just to do some research before I can do that. And therefore, yeah, after that I started to do course, and therefore I did it online because at that time I was also busy like with my job, because I couldn't leave my job because I had to pay for this course that I'm doing and also support the family as well. So that is why I ended up doing it online.
Okay, so because I can understand why you need training, because even if something worked for you, like your body structure is different, you are different. Even when you started training, you were different.
Yes.
So whatever that worked for you doesn't mean it's going to work for another person.
No, of
Because
course.
another person, maybe they have a different problem. Maybe they're overweight and they're trying to get to a certain
Yeah.
target. Some of them are skinny, they're trying to get to a certain target. Some of them are, and then you can't be prescribing the same thing
Yeah, of
to the
course.
same people.
That is why you have to go and study for this, because like it teaches you about the body of a person. Like you say, there are people that are like, I'm not gonna, well, sorry to say, fat. There are people that are big. There are people that are skinny. There are people that are okay with the size, but they still need to tone. They still need to look ripped. Like it's different. It's all about like, as a personal trainer, like before you start to train a person, you sit down, you have a consultation with a person. You need to know the goals. You need to know about the health of a person. You need to know about the injuries and stuff like that. Because you can't do an exercise on top of somebody who's already having a knee problem or a back problem. You need to know which exercise that can make that knee to become stronger. Yeah. So you can't just say, okay, you have a knee, you don't know, like if a person does have a knee problem, you say, let's just lunge. Obvious, when you do lunges, like focus is also on a knee. That person is going to get hurt. I can't say, let's go do squat while you do have a back problem. We need to tackle other things that are going to make your back stronger before we can try to do the, what you call, some squats and stuff. Yes.
I feel like you're talking about me here, Lips.
No, no.
Because I have a crew that I gym with here at the gym, and sometimes I do have a knee problem here because you'll see me putting steps whenever
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah,
this
and
one.
they always say
but
you're
those
taking your
guys-
time.
Yeah, those guys, they don't care. They just adding weight. Let's go.
No, it's true. Some
I'm
people,
like, yeah, they don't listen.
I know exactly that is, and also bear in mind, maybe for them to say, let's just go.
Yeah.
It's because like whatever that we do in the morning, you know what I love? I love morning sessions more than the afternoon sessions.
Yeah.
Why? Because people that are coming, I'm not saying people in the afternoons are not serious, but people that are coming in the morning, those people, you must remember, you're waking up at 5 o'clock, you're here.
It's 4 because we hit
Yeah,
5.
actually, yeah, you're right. You're waking up at 4, you leave your nice home bed at home, and therefore you come straight here. And therefore, like, you're not thinking about anything, you just want to go to gym. When you get to gym, you tell yourself, I have an hour to train. After an hour, I need to go shower, prepare myself to go to the office. And therefore, it takes discipline to do that. Because, like, in the morning, you come straight, you know exactly what you're doing. You're not here to socialize, you're not here to play with your phone, you're just here to do the work. And muqeda, you say you want to be out. In the afternoons, you got all the time in the world. You don't mind to be at home at 9. You can be here at 5. And therefore, most of the other people, they just going to be at the gym, still motivated, still knowing that I need to be at the gym. But you'll find somebody's going to take like 2 minutes break on the phone, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. And there are those people that come to gym, they just want to work. And therefore, when are you sitting on the bench, using your phone? People, they want to work. What is that? So that is what I'm saying. I prefer morning people because like they know why they come to gym in the morning. It's a discipline. You need to be motivated in order to do that.
Okay. So, Lebz, on the topic of getting qualified as a personal trainer, right? Someone is watching this and they also like are into fitness. They find that they enjoy this thing. What are the qualifications that someone needs to do to qualify to be a personal trainer?
You can do a course, and there's a course like a Trifocus. It's called a personal training course. So you get that, or you can just do a sports science, whether it's in the university or wherever. It's a sports science course. You can qualify to become a personal trainer with those courses.
Any
And therefore you
entry requirements?
and it's a metric, actually. It's a metric. I think it's only a metric, and that's it. It's same like other courses that you do. You need to have a metric in order to get an entry. Because without metric, no, you won't qualify to. I mean, you won't get an entry to the college. Yeah, you need a metric.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you so that as part of this episode, I can share some of those links, to some of these courses, in the description of this episode, so that people can just click and actually know where to find them. Because I know there's a lot of courses out here. When you go and you Google, you'll find a lot of things. But at least if you can share ones that you know that these ones are accredited and they are actually legitimate.
Yeah. So the one like the college that I trust, it's a trifocus. 'Cause like
Trifocus.
yeah, trifocus is the one that I went to it. And some I think if you go to universities as well, like I say, you can do a sports science there. Therefore, you'll definitely be qualified. And therefore, there's another one. I'm forgetting the name. I only know those two colleges, which are pretty good as well. Like you'll get like yeah,
Okay. So Lebs, now let's get to the main details of this thing.
okay.
You have the passion now. You look good. You've been training. You know what you're doing. You're getting yourself a qualification. You are qualified. You look good. How do you make money now as a fitness trainer?
First thing that you need to do, I would say, you need to look good.
Yeah.
You need to look like a personal trainer.
Actually, that's important.
It's very important because, like, remember, in order to get a client needs to look at you first. Does he really look like a personal trainer? Does he really look like somebody that I can look up to? Can he give me what I need? So those are the important. Like, what's the point of being a personal trainer? Like, you got big stomach, you got all those things that are like not attractive. Like, you need your body needs to be your business card. Because if your body is not your business card, how are you gonna get clients? How are you gonna sell yourself? Because remember, it's like sales to be a personal trainer. So when you stand in there, because like we have many personal trainers, somebody to pick you to become his or her personal trainer. It's because they start by looking at you first. It's not about qualifications only, it's about your physique as well. They look at you first and say, I think that guy, if he looks like that, he can also do the transformation to me, on me. So if when we personal trainer, and if you say, oh, I got qualifications now, I don't really have to train because like I'm a qualified one, you're not really gonna get a business. And therefore, remember, for us to make money, you need to have clients. Without clients, you can be a personal trainer, but without clients, what is a personal trainer? Who are you gonna train? No one.
It's like you can't go to a poor person and ask them about how to get rich or how to make money.
Exactly.
You have to go to someone who has money. They've done that.
Exactly.
They've
Imagine
worked-
like right now, since you're touching that, we are hamba,
Yeah,
we are kwinyanga.
yeah.
You say, bengicela ungisize ngifuna ukuba nemali.
Yeah.
First thing that you need to ask yourself when you go to that inyanga leyo, does he look like somebody onemali?
Exactly.
Aren't we all looking for money? Sonke sidinga imali, like money, it's everything.
Yeah,
So if I go to somebody ngithi ngicela ungisize ngibe nemali, like
yeah,
yini ekukhombisayo kuyena ukuthi like he does have money.
yeah, yeah. No, that's true, man. Because I see a lot of personal trainers, and some of them, yes, you look at them, you're like, okay, but there's nothing that's like motivating you to be like, hey, I want to learn from what can this person teach me, you know? And you are right. When I look at personal trainers as well, I look at, yo, can I learn from this person? Can I learn some? But if what I see doesn't motivate me, I don't think I'm gonna pick that person.
Exactly.
To be honest.
And also on top of that, you can't say as a personal trainer, can I show you my videos or can I show you my photos? I used to be like this. You need to stay in shape all the time. You need to be more flexy all the time because like whatever that you infecting or you injecting on people, it needs to be something that you know. You need to understand the pain because people mabeze gyming for the first time, they don't know what is happening. They think gym is easy. It's never easy. I'm not saying people mustn't try it. It's never easy, but it's something that you're gonna be grateful about it for the rest of your life. Because like staying fitness is very important because like it helps. You'll never catch so many diseases that you used to get. Yeah, never osakula is cuts like all the time. There will be those now and then, but like most of the time you're gonna be healthy. Yeah. So and also another thing is as a personal trainer, you need to stay in good shape all the time. So meaning you need to train. You don't stop because you say, now I'm a personal trainer. You need to stay consistent. You need to keep on training so that like your body still looks good. Because anyone, like even myself, what I know about myself, my body's different. I don't train for a week or 2 weeks. I lose everything. I don't get fat. I look skinny. Because like, remember, I grew
Yeah.
up looking skinny. So for me to lose weight, once
easy.
it's easy, you stop our gym, and therefore once I stop, therefore like body but once I go back to gym, I need to fight in order to go back to that shape. So that is why Kira, all the time you need like stay consistent. You need to keep on training so that your body remains there on top.
So Lebz, tell me, is being a personal trainer, a fitness trainer, a sustainable career in South Africa? And also, you touched on one way of making an income, which is getting clients, right? That you're gonna be training. What are other ways as a personal trainer can you make an income?
I think the most important is to get clients, and therefore another way, maybe like you can just open YouTube and therefore like show people how to make how to exercise. That is another way of making money, of which like it takes time because you need to have more subscribers when it comes to that. Yeah, and also like with the online thing, it also helps because like, but still online, it's still the same as getting clients, because you get clients online. You can train people from home. Like that is another way. Like you do the house calls or you go to gym. Like those are the, I think those are the only ways that I can think of. Or you can also like, as you go further, you can also become like, you go to the companies, like you ask if maybe like they looking for fitness trainers to clean to train their people or their abantu babo abasebenzelayo, and therefore
Yeah.
like that is also another way of making money.
Or corporate programs. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so those are quite important as well.
So now, if you look at the people that you are training, Lebs, what makes people say that I want to get a personal trainer? What's the benefit of someone getting a personal trainer instead of just coming to the gym and
Do it by yourself.
do it by themselves and
And
look at
save
some
money.
YouTube videos and
Yeah.
come and try these things out here?
I think it all has to come with motivation. Like the reason for people to look for personal trainer, I think you need motivation first, and therefore you also need to know yourself. Can you last by yourself? This is first time me doing this. Can I do this by myself? And also another thing, you need to look at it. You can always check things on YouTube or TikTok, Instagram, exercises. And therefore, like forgetting one thing, can I do them with a good form? Because that is very important. The form is very important because it's easy to injure yourself. To injure yourself, it's not about like holding a weight and therefore iphume ezandleni zakho ikuwele. It's about the form that you're doing. If you do a shoulder, how does you do? Do you do it straight? Do you curve just a bit? And therefore, if you don't do it right, you're gonna hurt your shoulder. Like even like when you do the shoulder press, like all those things. When you do squat, how do you do squat? How do you stand? Which position? Because like you can see on YouTube, you say, oh, okay, this is how we're doing it. Okay, let me do it. But now you're forgetting one thing. The form is very important. Because like you can do it like at a later stage after like once you're done, when you go on your way to the car, that is where you're gonna start to feel the pain ngenzeni, because the form is not good. You need somebody that is gonna guide you, more especially when you start gymming.
Yeah.
You need somebody that is gonna show you the right way, and therefore that is also gonna motivate you. Because remember, when you start at first, we are trainer, and therefore when you get home, next day you start to feel the pain because you were training yesterday. You're not used to the pain. It allows it, today I'm not gonna go to gym. Yo, umzimba wami ubuhlungu, so I need to stay at home
Yeah.
for a day to recover. But now, if you have a personal trainer, remember you're paying the guy.
Yeah.
The guy, you're not gonna like, if I was a client, I wasn't gonna like sit at home and say, "Nginesi pain yami," while I've already paid the guy to train me. So why can't I go back and fight the pain with the pain? And therefore, like, eventually the pain will start to subside.
And the Lebz, I think that's one mistake that people make, because they start coming to the gym and then they start feeling pain and then
They stop.
because like it only lasts for like a month or
Yeah,
and then
and
after that it's just, you know.
Next thing was also no, this thing is not for me. No, I can't do this. It's not for me. Well, I tried. Ngizamile,
It's just your
so
body's just adjusting to
exactly. Because
to
like
the strain.
gym, it needs time.
Yeah.
You need time. You need to tell yourself, you need to remember first, why are you doing this? Why are you here? So without those things, you can never go anywhere with gym. And therefore, for me as a personal trainer, I can only guide you and therefore try to keep your mind focused on what you're doing. And those are the important thing. It's not as if I'm going to train for you. I'm going to transfer my whatever body or gains to you. You need to do it. The person that I can only come with the 20%. And therefore 80% of transformation that needs to be done, it has to come with your hard work. Yeah.
So let's tell me, just on that topic, right? What do you think it is that you as a personal trainer, you are giving or you are adding value to your client, as opposed to them just coming here and doing it by themselves? I think you've mentioned one or two as we are speaking now, but what is the main value? Because one of them is that obviously you show them how to do things the right way, the right form, avoid injuries. But also the other thing is that, you know, they have an accountability partner, because now they are paying. Now they know that I cannot just skip the gym. I have to be here the following day. You know, there's that motive. What else is important for people to get a personal trainer as opposed to just coming and doing things by themselves?
The main thing that oifunayo, like as a client, the reason to be a personal trainer is because like once you have a personal trainer, you know this person is somebody that is always gonna discipline me. Because like remember another thing, you can come to gym by yourself, but like you need somebody who's gonna track your fitness, who's gonna track whatever that you're doing, who's gonna check are you doing the right things. I don't stay with you at home, but like I need to make sure that like you're eating right in order to get good results. So if you know somebody, no one is watching you, you can do things by yourself. And therefore, like transformation is not gonna happen. You're gonna stay in the way you came to gym for quite some time. Change is gonna be very little because you come to gym, but my results are not gonna come. I'm not saying quick, but like I'm not gonna come in a shorter period than mujima we one. Because like remember, if you by yourself, you don't discipline yourself. Musuka la ejimeni uthi yo ngikhathele. Mangase ngifike endlini nje ngishaya iglass yocoke uzoba grand. Therefore kunani endlini abaphekanga angizobamba ikoda la endleleni.
And also, you're talking about something, because like we're doing a session now, and halfway through the session, I was like, Lebz, if I was doing this alone, I'd be done.
Exactly. You see, now another thing, you're right, because like we just did a session right now. And therefore another thing, people they get tired, like it's gonna do 1, 2.
Yeah.
Let's say for argument, we're doing 15 reps. Mufika ku 9 or 10. Uyazokuthi iyangishisa manje.
Yeah.
You stop.
Yeah.
And therefore, by the time uzukuthi imuscle iyasha, that is where the fats, like you're starting to kill the fats. And therefore muscle we build a corner. You have to keep on going because now you're feeling the pain. Because you can't say like mistake you see when we train. We're doing reps. We say if I can reach 10, I'm doing 10. You're doing 10 reps, but you still feel nothing. Why stopping? So what's the point of doing like 4 sets of 10 reps, but still you're not feeling anything? So that is why I always say to my clients, you need to like keep pushing up until you start to feel something. Don't just say my focus is on 10 reps and that's it. What next? Let's do this one. Like do it up until you feel something that is happening in you. That is where the results are starting to happen. Yeah.
Talking about that, actually, because before we started recording, we're talking about that sometimes Sibona Bantu, they are very motivated. Beze Jimmy every day, but you don't really see results. And this person has been coming here for like the last 3 years. You see this person almost every day. What are the mistakes that are people doing, Lebz, at the gym, that are working out alone?
You see, when it comes to that, like, that's the main important thing that you need to check. You need to check yourself and say, like, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I've been coming to gym for like almost 4 years, 3 years, 2 years. What is happening to me? Do I see changes in my body? Or do I still look at myself? I mean, do I still see myself the same way as Mangaluk Jima? Like, take your old photo, compare it. The only difference that you're going to see, you're not going to see change in physique. You're going to see change in getting old. We are cooler, but the body still looks the same. There are no gains. That is where you need to ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? So this means I need somebody who can help me to direct me to the right side. Because surely whatever that I'm doing, it's not working for me. Have a personal trainer. Try a personal trainer for a month. I'm not saying for a day or a week. You need to try him at least for 3 months and see what does he do? Can I get something? And therefore, surely I can guarantee you, if you do have a personal trainer, in that 3 months period, you're not going to see like the big results, but you're going to have a direction. You're going to see what's okay. There's a slight change that is happening to me. Because remember, gym is a marathon. It's not like you're sprinting for 100 meters and therefore, boom, here comes the results. It's a marathon. You need to keep on doing it, keep on going, but you will eventually see the results.
It takes long, because we're talking about exactly the same thing, that sometimes when it comes to working out, people, they give themselves too short of a target to say that in 3 months I want to be. But actually, give yourself a year.
Yeah.
Give yourself 2 years, The other thing that we're talking about, it was, and this is something that I've experienced as well myself, that I would be doing a certain routine in terms of the exercises that I do. Monday, I do this. Tuesday, I do this. And then they will work. But after 3-4 months, I don't see a difference. But when I started seeing some difference. But then they get to a point where they just plateau. Now I'm like, I am not seeing any difference. And then I have to think about, what can I do? Is there something that I can, do differently too? I think that's where also, like, most of us, we get stuck, is because we don't know once we get there, like, what's the next step now?
Yeah, you see, also on top of that, like, when you come to gym, you don't need to be comfortable. You need to be uncomfortable. Your body, your muscle, everything, your joints, whatever that is happening in your body, you need to be uncomfortable. You can't keep on doing same thing over and over and over. And therefore, like, obvious, like, your body will get used to it. Why can't you switch? You can still do the same thing. If when you do a chest, when you come to gym, what is the first thing that you do when you do chest, when you get here? You go to bench press. It's like, I see most of people, when they start their session chest day, the first thing they go for, it's a bench. They do chest press. Why can't you do something else, something different? Like, start with something that you're finishing with. And that's just to confuse your body. Your body needs to be confused in order to get results. Because, like, now you're starting with something that you never started with. So Mukala, today, you're going to say, okay, you know what? Let me just go and do the cable flies. It's in cable flies instead of finishing them with. And therefore, like, that is where, like, your body is getting confused. Your muscle is also getting confused. And therefore, that is why kuzoba khona confusion. Because now, your muscle, like, it's okay. I can only stand for that 10 reps or 15 reps for 4 sets. And therefore, but now you start somewhere else. By the time you get to that bench press, I'm definitely telling you, you're going to see something different. You're going to feel different. And also on top of that, that is why cinema weights are different, like different sizes. You can't stay on 20 kilos every time, more bench press. You need to challenge yourself. Add more weights just a bit and feel it. You don't have to do like 10 reps as you normally do. You can do extra 2. You can even do like 4 reps, but like that is something. It's the same thing as you deadlift again. You can always go with 3 plates. It's easy. You do 12 reps, easy. Put another plate. Do 1 rep only, just to pick it up and leave it, just for a day. Same thing when you do, the pull-ups.
Pull-ups, yeah.
Yeah. You always do them. Like, people are struggling with pull-ups. Like, many people are struggling with pull-ups. I still have clients that we're still working on that. Because, like, you need to be able to control your body. That doesn't mean if you like 90 kg like this, and therefore you're going to say, I can't because I'm heavy. You need to control your body. Do 1 rep at a day. If you're struggling with the rep, just hang in there for a day. And after that, try to pull, even if it's just an inch. That is something. Tomorrow, I'm telling you, you're gonna keep on doing it up until like you manage to finish that 1 rep. And therefore, that's your start. And therefore, with that, you're gonna be up there. You're gonna be able to control your body.
No, that's very important, Lebz, because even when I started doing pull-ups, I started on that machine that
Oh, the one that is
that
helping you,
supports-
yes.
Yeah, that's helping you, and then started dropping and dropping up until I could do it by myself. And now when it started getting comfortable, I just started adding some weights.
Yeah, now I see you like you're doing with like many weights now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome.
And I can see progress, that it's. But now tell me, a lot of people they start working out, they start gym, and then they quit. What do you think makes a lot of people quit? Because I'm sure you've had clients before that started working out with you and then
They
they
stop.
quit. And then some of them obviously they stay, but
Yeah.
most of the people they quit.
Yeah, well, when it comes to that, some, I would say, non-clients, they quit because they don't see results. They losing, I'm not gonna say they lose focus, but like they ending up not having that thing, what is it?
Motivation.
They don't have a motivation. Ebenza ukuthi like I need to come back tomorrow. Because why they lose motivation is because they don't see results. They feel like they come into gym every day, but like nothing is happening. Yiyona into eyenza ukuthi abantu bayeke. When it comes to being a client to a personal trainer, some they stop because of money, affordability. Some they stop because of buy relocator. Well, in my case, most of the time it's always because of that. And therefore, when somebody get like abasharp financial again, uyabuya uza kumina. Like I have like few clients, they left, they came back. And therefore the reason was that it was because of email in most cases.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because like I don't really have clients about stop ukujima because they say I don't see what is happening. Yeah. The gains are there, the results are there. But now like it has to do with imali at the end. Like we all need money. Like for me to train somebody, like I need to get paid. So if like a person is struggling with that, like we can always talk. Oh, it's okay. How can we make it better? Like, can we maybe like reduce sessions in order for you to afford? Some will told goods like they relocate. So like there's nothing we can do when it comes to that. And therefore people when they take off or they relocate or they go on holidays, they quit gym, they just stop. They don't think that okay, I'm in a hotel, what can I use? That 20 minutes or 30 minutes, that doing like non-weight exercises, it's also important. There are so many things that you can do without weights. Like you can do push-ups, you can do stomach exercises, you can do so many things. But people they just say agna equipment, so let me just, and therefore that it's gonna drag, it's gonna withdraw you to something else. You'll end up saying, you know what? I think I'm done. Let me just take a break. And once you take a break, it's not gonna be easy to come back.
You start from scratch.
Yeah.
The other thing, Lebz, that I wanted to chat to you about is that earlier on when you started, it was all about your own benefits that you saw, right? The confidence, the respect that people started showing you, you seeing other people, coming to you for advice, and you realizing that actually now I can make a living, I can make a career out of this thing, right? That's what pushed you. But now that you've been doing this, for how many years have you been doing this now?
I've been doing this for, I think this is my 7th year now.
For 7 years now.
Yes.
So you've been doing this for 7 years now.
Yeah.
And what motivates you now? Because now you are not doing it for yourself. You've achieved what you wanted to achieve by training yourself. But
Yeah.
what motivates you now by training other people? What keeps you coming here every day?
Simple.
Yeah.
One thing. I'm not gonna say 2 things.
Yeah.
Results. That's all. That is what is motivating me. Results. Because like if I see change in a client, therefore I'm happy. You're doing and it's okay, I'm doing something good. Because I can see the person that I'm training. It transformation now, yeah, born. Yeah. Because remember, we're working with different goals. I'm not working with only people that wants to be bodybuilders, that they want to build their body. I'm working with people that they want to lose weight. I'm also working with people that they want to gain. I'm working with people that they happy with their body, but they need to tone. They want to see their body ripped. So like if I see those results, they help me to come back to work again tomorrow, and therefore I'm happy to work with them. Yeah. And therefore, also on top of that, like the minute you see results, people around you, they see the results. That is how you get more clients, because like people, they can see what you're doing to this person is exactly what I'm looking for. So they will start to ask me, okay, how does it go? How do we work? I want to work with you. And therefore we take it from there.
Wow.
Results, that's all.
Wow. Lebz, the other thing that I thought about it earlier on when we were chatting, but then it sort of slipped my mind, but it came back now.
Okay.
So someone wants to be a personal trainer. Maybe they're doing a different job like you were before, right? Is it something that if they get qualified, they can start immediately? How does that look like? Can they do it part-time, or they have to immediately do it full-time? Or is it something that someone can train people in the morning, go to work, and then train people in the afternoon again?
Of course, they can do it part-time, but like when it comes to gym here, there's no part-time. It's all full-time, because like we paying rent for Virgin Active. I'm gonna say Virgin Active because like I'm working here,
Yeah.
and therefore we paying rent, and Virgin Active doesn't have part-time people and they're full-time. It's all full-time. So whatever you do with your life, it's your life. But now you need to plan it. You can still do two jobs. But now this is how you need to plan it. You need to plan with, okay, what time am I starting at work, my actual job that I've been doing? Do I start at 9? If you start at 9, gym opens at 5. You can still work with clients from 5 up until I would say maybe 8. And therefore, 8 o'clock, you prepare yourself, you go to the office. You come back later again from 5 until until the time gym closes it at 9, 9:30. So it's up to you, or else, because I would say to people that are starting, don't quit your job.
First, yeah.
Yeah, don't quit your job first, because remember, it's never easy to get a client. You need to work up until you see your clientele, it becomes like more. And therefore, also on top of that, you need to check another thing. In that 8 hours that you're spending at work, can you make money with that period between 9 until 5 here at gym? Because can you make
Compared
that
to what you
money?
are
Yes.
making.
Can you make that money that you're making there in those 8 hours here at the gym before you can quit there? Because, like, what's the point of quitting there? And therefore, let's say you're making a day, you're making 2,000 there at your workplace. And therefore, in that period of 8 hours, and therefore you come to gym, you say, I'm going to quit my job. In that 8 hours, can you make 2,000 here?
Or more.
If you can't, so if you're going to make 1,000 rand, you're losing because you're not making that 2,000. But if you're making 2.4, 3,000 in that 8 hours, I'm not counting the hours that you're working from 5 until 8 and from 5 in the afternoon until 9. That is extra, because that is where we say it's almost like two jobs that you're doing, two incomes. Because if you can make that money during that period of 9 to 5, therefore the money that you're making by the workplace, wherever you're working, therefore it's going to make sense that, okay, I can still make it here, so I can focus on this only. But if you can't, please don't stop what you're doing on the other side. Just do them both up until you feel comfortable that I think I have enough clients now. I can still close that space. Therefore, you can focus on only a personal training.
Okay. Interesting.
But remember one thing on top of that, it's not a part-time here. It's a full-time. The rent that you're going to be paying, it's still the same. Yeah.
Okay. So, Lebz, every every job, every career, there's challenges. In terms of being a personal trainer, what are the challenges in this career that us don't see? What are the challenges?
The main challenges is when you don't get clients. And another challenge that is also like it's a big impact as well. You do have clients, but remember, people they have life. It's not only their life is not only by the gym. Like there are those time for holidays when people go on holidays. Remember, our clients they paying us per session. If somebody he knows or she knows that I'm not gonna be in the gym for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, remember us as personal trainers, we're not getting paid at that time. So those are the big challenges that we're facing. Because if somebody is not at the gym, you don't get paid for that because like already the person told you in advance that in the next maybe next month or next week I'm gonna be away for 3 weeks. Now already you're losing that 3 weeks money that you're supposed to make. Those are huge challenges because like at the end of the month they're gonna bite you because you're gonna feel the pain because you still have to pay rent, you still have to make a living, you still need to have a petrol to come and train those other few that are left. Yeah. And therefore another challenge, the huge one, it's a December, January. December, people are going on holidays early. So it's like that month of December, like you're not really training people. People are away. January, people are coming back after the 15th.
Mid-January.
Exactly. And therefore, you're not going to get paid for December, but you need to pay rent for December. You're not going to get paid in Jan.
Your costs are the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You still need to pay rent. It's not as if they're going to say, okay, it's December, we're just going to cut the rent into half or whatever. You still have to pay the exact amount. So those are the challenges that we're facing as personal trainers. Yeah.
And I'm guessing based on what you're saying is that your income every month it's always different. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down.
Definitely like that.
And you really have to.
Yeah.
There's a challenge on how you manage that.
Exactly. You need to be disciplined when it comes to money because like you say, it's true. Imali yakhona ayizi ngokufana. It's not as if like I'm at work, I'm getting 30 grand a month or 50,000 a month.
It's the same.
Here, it's never the same. Because it depends on people how many days this month is the person need to train. So it works like that. The more clients you have, the better. So that is why I'm saying, like, on top of that, in order for you to have more clients, it's all about your body as well. It's all about like things that you do, transformation that you do into other people. Yeah.
Lebz, someone is watching this thing and they are also passionate about fitness. They find themselves in the space where they're doing a day job and a 9 to 5, and a lot of them they don't really enjoy them, right? And they're watching this episode now and they really think that this could be a path for them, a career for them. What would you advise that person who wants to take fitness training as a career? What advice would you give to that person?
Well, all I can say is you need to love what you're doing first. As a fitness, like you need to enjoy training yourself. It has to start with you first. If you love training, and therefore it's going to be easy for you. And also on top of that, you need to go study. You need to have qualifications. Once you have qualifications, it's going to be easy for you. You can achieve whatever that you want. But it always has to start with a passion. You need to love this thing. You can't just say, I want to be a personal trainer, but like you don't have love for it, because like you need to have love for it and discipline. And another thing is, some people, to be a personal trainer, I'm just going to add on top of that, there are so many temptations when it comes. I'm talking about, like, on a serious note, we work with beautiful people here. As a man,
a lot.
You work with beautiful people, very beautiful, very attractive. And therefore, like, you need to know why you're here. Because if you come to gym, like as a personal trainer, you come in to train people, but you don't know why Ula, or you know who's Ulana, but like you still make a room for other things. It's not going to work for you. you're not gonna make money of it. And also you're gonna struggle to pay rent because like you'll end up training people for free. And therefore, like it's all has to be a discipline. It all has to come with discipline. You'll end up training people for free. You'll end up like not training sometimes because when sekukhona izinto ezikudonsile.
Or also like
Sometimes
messing up some, relationships or
exactly.
or,
Remember, sometimes you're gonna have those people that come to gym because they really want to see results. And when as a personal trainer, you see somebody say, I think Mina and I, like we can do something. And that person remember Uzelana because she wants us to be trained in order to like be in good shape. If when you're gonna take advantage of that, like it's easy for you to lose your license. Cause like if she's not okay with whatever that you're doing, it's easy for her to report you. It's like this is harassment. I came for this, but now this person is doing this to me.
So integrity is important in this job.
Very, very. Temptation is very high, but like you need to stay disciplined. Those are important things. Never, I would say to also other personal trainers, never ever never ever date your client. Because like the minute you do that, you're losing everything that you're working for. Because like remember, it's not only you that you're working for, you also have a family. Even if you don't have kids, even if you don't have a wife, I'm sure unogogo or you have parents, you have like brothers, unabashana. So you need to do this not for only yourself, but for people that are looking up to you, family yako. So yeah, that is very important.
Wow. Lebza, I really appreciate this, man. I really enjoyed this conversation and I really learned a lot.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Because like I said, we always come here every day and then, we see you guys here. We have small banter every day and there, but it was really nice just sitting here and chatting to you and just finding out like really, what you guys do every day, what are the challenges, and
Yes.
just this thing as a career, man.
No, thank you so much for inviting me to your podcast, man. I really appreciate, and therefore, I hope whatever that we spoke about is gonna help other people as well. They will listen,
Yeah.
and therefore, it's also gonna motivate other people if they want to be into fitness as well.
No, Lips. I just believe that there's something for everyone.
True.
Sometimes people are sitting at home, but you do get people that are actually good at this thing, or people can actually use this thing as a way to like a career. There's a lot of high unemployment in South Africa, and then there's opportunities that some people they really don't know how to start and how to get into these things.
Yeah.
So this I know this would really help someone out there, man.
No, thank you so much, man, for inviting me again. Really
Lebza,
appreciate.
thank you.
Thanks, my brother.
Sure.
Ola.